2025 WNBA season. What are you looking forward to most about the upcoming season?
Um, the CBA.
Okay.
I'm definitely looking forward to that. I think it's gonna be really interesting. This is the first one that I've been a part of. The other one was happened like basically before I got there. So that's gonna be really fun, just because again the changes that are happening in the sport, and I feel like Unrivaled is a huge part of that. And taking the leverage that we've been able to garner here and taking that into our CBA and the WNBA, pushing for all the things that we've been getting here, higher salaries, things that we feel like we deserve. I think that's gonna be really interesting. So I'm excited for that.
So now everyone's going to be talking about the CBA. That's what they're excited for. She threw an Unrivaled. Um, she wants higher salaries. Napheesa is one of the highest paid in the WNBA. Don't you own a new league that's supposed to be profiting? And aren't you one of the owners of Unrivaled? You guys didn't make any money. You're not making. You need more money. You need more money. The conversation should be how much money did Unrivaled make this year as a league? That's what I want to know. Because now you're one of the owners of Unrivaled, right? So why don't you break it down on how ownership can pay your players $250,000, $300,000? Plus, you have players who came in. You had about 8 girls who come in, 7 girls who came in for Unrivaled. So how are you paying them? I want to know from a business owner, now Napheesa Collier, how this is going to work with the WNBA pay when they're losing $50 million a year. I want to understand because you already got the rights, you already got the deal, so we already know you guys are going to get paid more, right? We already understand that. We already know your rights and things like that. All of that is supposed to be changing. They've already announced that, right? Didn't they already bring that to light last year when you got the $2.2 billion deal? Correct? So isn't that already coming? So I want to know how it is that you want a higher salary. So like if girls go to Unrivaled and go to you and be like, I want a higher salary, what are you going to tell them? Those are the questions I want to know. Because now everyone's talking about CBA. I saw Shanae's sister earlier said something on Twitter. So I was like, okay. And now you keep throwing these jabs at the league. Throw them. Keep throwing them. And everybody, Natasha Cloud. I saw your interview on Mike Williams' show talking about Unrivaled such this, Unrivaled such that. Why don't you guys go take the league and go to Unrivaled? And why doesn't Unrivaled just start a 5-on-5 league? Since it's so easy. Since you could afford to pay $300,000 salaries and all the healthcare and benefits and the daycare and trainers and recovery and all the things you guys are bragging about that Unrivaled has, why don't you guys go take the 5-on-5 league and go over there? Why don't you do that? Because you're one of the owners, right? Since it's so easy to do, I would love for you to do that.
I'm excited to see it too. There's been a lot of conversation here lately about a potential walkout. What are your thoughts on that? Because I feel like everything's on the table when it comes to the CBA, but specifically with that, people have been talking a lot about it. So, what are your thoughts?
Um, I don't know. I mean, it's something that we're talking about internally, like to be prepared for. Of course, no one wants that situation to happen, but I do feel like there's some topics that we have in mind that we have to stand strong in what we believe in too. We have to stand up for what we feel is right and what we feel we deserve. And so, while we don't want that situation to happen, of course, I think we're prepared for any possibility right now.
So they're prepared for a lockout. They're prepared to walk out on the league. They're prepared to go on strike. Okay. I really feel like you guys are disrespecting the league. And I can't keep talking about it, like keep expressing it enough that they're already trying to help as much as possible and they're still losing millions of dollars a year. Once again, no matter what you guys say, CBA, salary, she's stating she wants both. CBA is like player rights and things like, okay, you're going to get all of that, the healthcare and things like, okay. How much money do you guys want for a league losing $50 million a year? You guys can't compare yourself to any other pro athlete who's making millions of dollars when their league is still making millions of dollars. Please, I would. It's not possible. And that's why I say, are you really one of the owners? Or did they use you as a front to use you as the face of the league Napheesa Collier and Brianna Stewart, because how can you be business owners talking like this? How? How can you be business owners of a league that carries WNBA players? How can you be an owner and talk like this? I want to know how much money Unrivaled profited this year. I want to know. I want to know how much money they lost or profited this year, and then we can touch back on this conversation with another business owner. That's my thought. Because I feel like all of these girls now are trying to, okay, we'll go to Unrivaled. They're supporting us the way they got everything we need. We're getting paid just how we are in Unrivaled, whatever Napheesa just said. Okay, so Natasha Cloud, we're getting facility, we're getting pay, we're getting food, we're getting daycare, we're getting recovery, we're getting living. If you really think Unrivaled can hold on to that, be my guest. I would love to see it. I would love to see it. I really would. I have still yet to see ticket sales for Unrivaled, jersey sales for Unrivaled. I have not seen those two things. And I want to know what they profited this year in 2024. I know they're a new league. I'm not saying that they're going to make profits right away, but I want to see what their loss was, their profit loss. I want to see it. I want to see it. And I want to see what their projected, how much overhead they have. I want to know their overhead with cost of living. I want to know their overhead with refs, facility maintenance, facility in general, rent, air, power. I want to know all of that. I want to know daycare rates. I want to know nanny rates. I want to know nutrition rates. I want to know the cost of food that they're purchasing. I want to know the daily rental car spent that they have. I want to know what the split is with Sephora, with all of the makeup. I want to know that split. I want to know the training facility that they keep on bragging about. I want to know all of those things. I want to know uniform costs. I want to know cleaning crew for the facility after their games. I want to know scoreboard keepers. I want to know media. I want to know social media team salaries. I want to know coaches' salaries. I want to know uniforms that I keep seeing them in. I want to know all of those things. And then we could have a conversation about where Unrivaled's going and how you expect and keep putting yourself in the situation with the CBA, higher salaries, pay us what we're worth, pay us like NBA players, pay us this, pay us that, or we're sitting out. I'm not saying women athletes don't deserve high pay, but if the league is in a non-profit red zone, how much money do I keep? How am I supposed to keep feeding you? Where is the money coming from? So Unrivaled, I want to see how you, Napheesa Collier, since you're talking like a big dog, I want to see how much money Unrivaled lost this year or made. I want to see it because now we're talking about, okay, let's just say Unrivaled grew. Okay, go get another facility. You're talking about flights next year. You're talking about all these things. They're on 2-year contracts. I want you to add more girls and add salaries and add salaries and add salaries. Add 5-on-5, add more refs, add more uniforms, add more facility, add more cost of living, add more all of that, and tell me you're going to be able to hold up to that. If you can do that, I'll shut up. I will shut up. Completely. Period. And that's, I don't even want to bring her into the
Absolutely, and you have
conversation.
to when you look at how things have changed, you've talked about being in this situation right now with where women's basketball is, where the WNBA is. What is the biggest change that you have seen, as being a player as long as you've been? And what are you most proud of accomplishing so far when it comes to being in position to negotiate this CBA?
Yeah. I think the biggest change is honestly like the power of the player. And I think that's changed in sports as a whole. It's like you used to be like an avid team, like even in my household, like the Giants for football, that was my dad's team. And you would follow teams like that, and that's where the loyalties laid or lied or whatever it is, lie. But now it's really player focused, so people are following players more than the teams, and so you're seeing the power shift to the players, and especially for us right now, it's such a power that we hold that I think we need to use correctly again in like our CBA negotiations. And so that I'm really proud of that, and just the way that the game has grown, the recognition of players, where you're seeing like stars turn into superstars, and people are recognizing you not just in our niche like basketball world. Now you'll be walking on the street and someone recognizes you, and a lot of our players are becoming just more household names. So it's really cool to see that and how quickly it's happening. Usually change happens at such a slow rate, it's even hard to notice while it's happening. But this is happening so rapidly. You see the notable differences, like the arenas that were filled up last year, the new eyes and
Arenas that were filled up last year.
fans that are new college players that are coming in and our
Oh
rookies are
boy.
bringing in from their college days. And so the coverage that we're getting, the explosion of new leagues like we have with Unrivaled, and the power that holds. So
What is the power that Unrivaled holds?
I think just seeing that in my,
And I love Napheesa. I'm just really surprised. I
6 years here has been such a
I can't even
huge
speak
difference
on
than when I
this.
first came in.
Well, you see the discourse, whenever we talk about this or whenever you talk about it, I'm sure there are people that have comments because they do, like
I have comments.
inevitably. If you could just explain to them, like in a very quick sentence or very quickly, what you guys are trying to accomplish, what would it be? Because
Let's all
they
listen in.
always go to, you guys just don't make as much money, so you're not going to get this, and that's not exactly what it is. How would you explain it to? Not that you want to, because these people, they just have issues. Let's be clear, but
Oh, we have issues. Oh. CBS reporter stating that we have issues. Fans of the sport have issues. Oh,
if you were to explain it to
no
them,
problem.
what would you say? Because I don't think people
Issues are reality. Issues are reality.
understand what you're really trying to accomplish.
Yeah, so we're not asking for the same salaries as the men. We're asking for the same revenue shares, and that's where the big difference
We
is.
understand that.
So we get such a small percentage of revenue.
What revenue? I can't, bro. You just proved my point. You're asking for the same revenue share. What revenue? Let's sign to negative deals. Okay, let's sign them to negative deals. What revenue, brother? Y'all talking like you sell millions of jerseys. You act like you sell like hella t-shirts in your no.
Share right now that affects our salary. So we're asking essentially for a bigger cut of that, like more equitable to what the men's revenue share is. So it wouldn't get us anywhere close to their salaries. We're not asking for the same salaries. We're asking for the same cut of the pie of what is made in our league.
What is made in your league? What is made? Are we talking jersey sales? What are we're talking merchandise? What are we talking about here? Even if you got 50%, I mean, how much more money is that? Like realistically, how much more money is that? Seriously. I just want to know. Look, man. This is all I got. I love Napheesa still. She's one of my favorites. I love watching her game. She could play, no doubt about it. But this has to stop. Give the girls the rights, man, so everybody could just get back to basketball. Like, it's honestly ruining the game, bro. Just give them what they want. Whatever is available, please, so we could just get back to basketball. Or just everyone go to Unrivaled or sit out, do what you got to do. so we can move on to the next thing. This is crazy, bro. I'm out of here, guys. I'm going to catch you on the next video. Let me know what you guys think. Smash that subscribe button. I'm out, bro.